Man, I haven't read what you wrote, so we can go through it right now. This
Okay.
can be something. We can do something different today. Read it and comment about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What say you? Can we do that?
Sounds perfect.
Beautiful, man. So let's go right away, man. Straight ahead, straight up, all in, balls deep. Man, let's start with Royal Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had the
let's
feeling.
Go. Let's go. Let's get the sequence from the blog.
Yeah. Sounds perfect.
So, man, Royal Blood. This record was released in 10 years ago, 2014, and they have been celebrating 10-year anniversary, and they released this edition. Yeah, are you listening to that shit?
Yeah. Of course.
So they have just released this version, 10th anniversary edition of their first self-titled record. I wanna I wanna read through yours what you wrote because I haven't read it. So have you read what I wrote?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read it
Thunderous.
first.
I love this word, thunderous, because it's too loud and
It
strong,
is.
isn't it?
It is for sure.
Wow. So you said the sound of rock royalty. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you're good with words. I love what you do with the words.
Well, that's kind of my job. So
It's kind of what you do. Yeah?
that's the only thing I do.
It's the only shit I do.
Yeah. I suck at all the rest, but
Come on, man. So you said like these guys really knew what they were doing since the first song. They start with "Out of the Black." Wow, yeah, which is my favorite song. Okay,
Yeah.
I can agree with you. You know, "Out of the Black." It's such a powerful opener. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think this is the song where this is the song that they close most of their gigs, their live gigs. It's so powerful, such a powerful song that they're always. I think they close up with this one.
Yeah,
both of them.
I've seen maybe 2 or 3 bands covering this song here around the city, and when the drummer starts, and I'm not even paying attention to the band,
Oh,
and then the guy starts the drum riff. I'm like, whoosh, I'm gonna stay here a while.
yeah,
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna order more beer. If I'm leaving, the guys start playing that. Come on, man! It's
just
just
don't
it's
leave.
powerful. I wrote something that I don't know if people use that for rock, but I said that it's heavy. It's a heavy and it's a greasy song.
what the fuck is this, man?
It's like
There are some terms that you bring to the table that like this is. I think this is the second term that you bring in, and you gotta explain.
it feels
what
like
you mean.
these guys are playing and all their instruments are just like immersed in oil in I don't know, man. It's just
That
it's
mess and
dirty.
everything is-
It's dirty. Something that I sometimes miss in rock nowadays, and I think these guys bring it to the table. Like
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
That happens to Marcus King's second record as well. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
love that.
I wrote about that as well.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. Haven't seen it. So it's heavy and greasy song filled with dirt that rock and roll requires. That's beautiful. They remind me of Muse at times. Which point of Muse career?
There is a little pieces of the dude's voice. I think it's because of some of the effects that he uses that kind of reminds me a little bit, and I think because of all the effects that he uses on the bass, I think
Okay.
it gets close to
Yeah.
because let's be reminded here that this is just 2 people and one of them is playing a bass.
Yeah. With
So
a
it's
lot
like
of pedals,
if you don't know that, you will never guess that this guy is playing the bass.
True.
Never guess.
True.
You know.
Like I said, it seems that with all the pedals and effects, it seems like a full band.
It does.
It sounds like a full band. It's incredible, and the chemistry between them, like you said, you started saying about the drumming, and man, it's so on point what they do together, right? Because of all the riffs and the distortions and the heaviness, and with the drums, man, he plays it. It seems that like when you see him playing live, it seems effortless, right?
Yeah.
Everything that they do, it seems effortless. And then when they come on stage for this, like, of course, when they are playing songs from this record, just the two of them, like, and it sounds like a full ass band.
Yeah, and I wonder that being just the bass, and he is using a lot of pedals, and he's using a lot of effects on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound not organic. Like that thing we're discussing like all the time, that it doesn't sound fake. It doesn't sound like, probably because he knows how to choose the right amount of or the right, you know, pedals to use, that it's still like it's gonna give the full sound that he needs to sound like a full band, but it won't come out as too, I don't know, computer music, you know? Yeah,
like electronic,
like,
and okay, like it's crunchy, like it's very like compressed, yeah. Something compressed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you said this album was very easy to listen to. I liked all the songs, great length. Okay, I agree with that. I wrote something about that, right?
Yeah.
Being like 30-minute runtime with no filler, except for this is what I wrote, like, except for this version, which has like extra songs, like bonus tracks, singles that they released afterwards, and some songs that they were previously released. But they sound great. I just chose this version because of the celebration of their 10th anniversary, and of course, like last week, I told you to just focus on the record, just like the 10. Is it 10 songs? Like just the 10 songs, and the rest. Let's go there, but like just check and let's see what they have released afterwards. But that's it. My intention was to pay attention to the main songs that was released 10 years ago, and like I said, they made a smart choice. Like for their first record, their debut album, being like this, all the songs very concise, like straightforward, heavy, and you know. Let me see. Oh, you dislike the songs. You dislike the live songs. You don't like the record, man. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's like
I'm kidding.
But it's just that problem that we have, because like you're listening to the album, it's all in studio. It has a feeling. When you go live, it's a completely different feeling. Yeah. So when the live songs would start, I would stop paying attention. Yeah. I mean, I paid attention the first time, and they are not even from the same concert. So it's like,
for sure, it's like individual.
It doesn't sound the same. Like the volumes are different. Like I mentioned in my text that they play the songs in a different pace. Like it's a different rate. Like because that's normal for bands to do it live and to change the beat of the song. That's okay. I just don't think that they should be in the album. That's it.
Oh no, sure, for sure. What I think nice about this anniversary, the celebrations that they come out and release these records after years, to celebrate years, celebrate the anniversary of an album, is I feel that this is like made completely for fans, right? Because like you said, and I agree with you, they release like different live songs from different concerts with different pacing, and of course it shouldn't. Like it's something for fans to listen to, you know. I'm the record today. The record that I'm gonna choose today, it's gonna have something like that. because it's a celebration. It's a celebration album.
Okay.
We'll get there.
You're full of celebration. Is that a hint? Is that a hint of what you're gonna choose? Cool in the Gang? Maybe we should go there. I don't know.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to pay homage to them.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Goddamn. Man, I will explain later. I have an album. It's really nice that I got to know yesterday. I was gonna bring in today, but I have to choose this one specifically that I have made up my mind about.
Okay.
But hold on. I'm already excited. I'm sweating and already. Look, let me see. Not because. So you understand what I get? Yeah, this is a record where they put the songs for fans, and like I told you last week, like let's just focus on the main songs, and just go check what they did after with the other singles. The production is completely different. They play at a different. Okay, yeah, I know it's pretty common, but it's fine. I don't like when bands mix. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's true. I tend to not go there very often. I completely agree with you, and this is what I think. It's just very specifically, I would sit down and for live performances when they put this in an album. It takes me off a little bit, and live performances I like to watch. You know? I just go on YouTube and watch them play live, which is so fun.
It's so way better
to see them like having fun, and they interact with the audience, and it's amazing. I like to see them live play.
Yeah, I think there is only one album that I like to listen to as well as watch the show. Which is John Mayer's "Where the Light Is," that like that full album that like John Mayer is never gonna be able to do anything like that. Be like never, ever. Like that's the thing. That's his Mona Lisa. He's like that's it. The moment that he made that show, he screwed the rest of his career.
Yeah, man. He got to a point where. Like, man, what are you gonna do now? Just
so I think that's the only like live album that I really like to listen to. But other than that, I prefer watching.
Shit that I like to watch and like to listen to. But it's very specific. It depends, right? It depends.
Yeah.
It all depends. There is a Papa Roach album that they released a special edition with a live performance from one specific show. Mm-hmm. So it's a show. It's the whole show, right? So every now and again, I go on YouTube and watch live performances, like but the whole shit, and just listen to as well because I like to feel the vibe and turn up the volume. Got to listen to that shit loud, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So other than that, the album's amazing. It had been a while since I didn't listen to these guys. You're welcome, man. I thank you for choosing Lifehouse as well. It's an angry 5 out of 5. That's really nice. I said it's an aggressive 5 out of 5.
Yeah. I'm taking your idea of choosing adjectives to give the grade.
So good, man.
Yeah, and some other song that I want to mention here is track 3, because I said that Out of the Black is my favorite song, but Figure It Out is also a great tune, man. It's like I think it has the same vibe as the first one, and
it's true,
and it sounds amazing. Amazing. I think it's very well built, because it starts with like a riff, and then I think in these moments, in this song, for example, when he starts singing, it reminds me a little bit of Muse. Like the beginning of the song reminds me a little bit of Muse, but then it turns into something else. But this is one of the songs that when I listened to, I was like, oh, there's a little bit of Muse here.
Yeah. Look, the first 3 songs, like we have talked about, this when you start a record like on your face like this. the whole record sounds like this, but like when you get Out of the Black, Come On Over, which is a powerful song that I like it a lot. Figure It Out as well. And then you have like You Can Be So Cruel, which is track 4. It starts in a way, but then it goes on to something else as well, making it like stronger and powerful as well. Yeah. So and then these first 4 tracks, I think it's really cool where you just can't breathe. Yeah, and then you breathe a little bit on blood hands. You breathe a little bit there, right?
Yeah.
And then Little Monster, which is an amazing song that I really like it. Little Monster. I think this was their second single back then. Yeah. Anyway, man, like all the songs, Loose Change, Careless. I like the lyrics here on Careless. I really like it. And then, man, the song 10-Ton Skeleton. First time I listened, like, pay attention to how this song starts. I was listening to this record here in my house loud, and then this song came out, and my wife was like, "Whoa, that's heavy." And I said, "Yes," and it's a fucking bass.
Yeah.
And she was like, "What? It's a bass?"
Yeah. Everybody gets really surprised when they discover that.
It's a fucking bass.
And that doesn't really help. That doesn't really help bass players, because people who don't understand music, they just consider the bass like a guitar with I don't know, thicker strings.
Yeah. And there is this mockery about bass players, right?
Yeah.
How useless they are, and not useless, but how nerds they are, and
yeah. I like what you said about you say that lyrically they go from frustration, dark emotion, and conflicts, and I think that the melody portrays that really, really well. Mm-hmm. You know, like in the when you were talking about the first 4 songs, but then in the 5th song they go a little. Like they slow down a little bit, but
breathe.
The feeling is still the same. Like it's dark emotions, it's frustration. It's like, and the ones that are heavy, they are right to your face. They're screaming conflict to your face, man.
Exactly. It's angry, perfect. And it's conflict, and it's like anger, mm-hmm. right? It's funny because their second record. It doesn't sound as heavy as this one, mm-hmm. and powerful as this one, but it's still good. Their third record, it sounds very different, but it's
the third is Typhoons, right?
Yeah, and that's a great record, and I listened to their record a lot. They brought some other elements.
I really like Typhoons as well.
I love it, and I remember it was right when. I opened the bar that I had here, and I was listening to this record nonstop in this bar. And this is a great record, but it's completely different from this mm-hmm. one, right? Mm-hmm. But it's still good. I like it. Yeah. It seems that it's like they did a lot of therapy on this record, and then they were kind of, like
dialing back a little,
with life,
Yeah. But I think we're gonna talk more about this. Today, because being different, it's not necessarily being bad or worse. It's just different. And I think when you're a band or when you're an artist, and you can do something different and still sound great.
Yeah.
Come on.
Definitely.
What more do you want?
And that's the beauty of it. I love bands that they. Release similar songs, vibes, and it's good because they make it in a way that it's nice, right? It's like a niche, and I love bands that they just go one record they go like alternative, and the other record they go like more mellow. Anyway, good. So that's out of the way now. Lifehouse.
I started my text with saying,
let me see. This is live with the accent, Lifehouse.
so this is Lifehouse 2000 record, No Name Face. It's also a debut album from a band, right?
Yeah.
It's the first Lifehouse.
True.
And I'm just gonna start saying
14 years
exactly
before the one that we have just talked about. It's crazy, man.
It's a long time,
Right?
These guys are old now. I started my text talking about Smallville, and it's something that you also started your text saying that this is one of the records that still resonates with you after all these years.
Yeah.
And man, we do need to thank Smallville because, man, Smallville was just like a musical university thing, experience, because we've met so many great bands on that show, man. You know, and it
as
was
well
that
as
time. Yeah, and it was that time where we would download songs, and you know, there was no easy way to listen to stuff, and people got blogs. You know, blogs were a huge thing in that time, and I remember that I would go to a blog where they would take each episode of Smallville and list the songs that appeared in the episode. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I wanna listen to the song where Lex is driving. On the first episode, he's driving down like a bridge, and he falls down, and I found out the song and the band. Let me remind you here. I have a what's it called? A playlist where all the songs.
The mix.
Yeah. Smallville. Just hold on.
Yeah.
So it's no, it's not this.
Yeah. While you search there, let me just start reading what you wrote. These guys bring me so many memories. Good, bad, or just memories.
Yeah.
The first song I listened to was Everything from the pilot episode of Smallville. Yeah. The series was a music graduation for me. That is, man. For me too, as well as the OC. Two TV shows that, you know, blessed us with so many good memories, and it made us learn a lot about music and anxiety as well.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite album, but it's definitely one of the best. And I think they start very strong with this debut. I think it completely encapsulates the feeling of a decade, doesn't it? For definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's something that, you know, set the bar and for the decade. What came afterwards, it was all like bands like, you know, Nickelback, Three Doors Down, you know, Creed, all that jazz, you know.
The song I was looking for here is "Unstoppable" by the Calling.
Oh, The Calling.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Yeah, you should listen to that.
Let me listen to this.
This is the song that Lex Luthor is like, he's driving down and he's pissed, and then he falls off the bridge, and then Clark saves him.
Somebody say.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. It's a great song, man. Like, it's been a while since I don't listen to it, but it's a great song.
Me too. My God, man. What a decade.
Do you remember listening to this?
I don't.
Yeah.
On the show now.
Yeah, but whenever you have some time, just put in that scene and check this out. It's good. It's good. And the pilot, like Smallville's pilot is amazing. Like it was a milestone on TV, even though people make a lot of jokes now about the show, and it got bad after a while, for sure.
Yeah,
But the
lots
first
of fillers,
episode was
but it was the purpose of the show.
yeah, like the first episode was a huge milestone because nobody was doing like superhero TV shows. Like all of them were not like serious stuff. And then and it's well produced until today. I think it for a while it was the most expensive pilot ever made until Lost came around. You know, Lost in 2006 just beat that record. But you know, it's a good like the first seasons of Smallville. I still defend that they are.
Yeah,
awesome.
me too.
Yeah,
me too. Definitely. I think right up until season 5, 4, I don't know, has been a while.
Yeah.
But before that, it was back in like 10 years before. 10 years prior to that when we got what was it? Oh, the Lois and Clark series. Remember that? I was addicted to that show.
Yeah, but it had a completely like different vibe because it was
a
more like
thing,
a rom-com. It was something like that with Superman and Lois and stuff like that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that like because we didn't have like superhero series like, and that came Smallville, which broke grounds and became a hit, success instantly.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So.
So we started talking about Smallville and we forgot about the band.
Yeah. Let's keep talking about it. There are some scenes that are memorable scenes from that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember vividly. I remember I bought comic books that they started putting out back then by Smallville.
Yeah.
So, like I said here, it's a classic post-grunge. I say post-grunge, and people like to use that because it came like right in the beginning of the decade of 2000s.
Yeah.
Which people consider grunge to be like in the 90s. Yeah. So alternative rock from the early 2000s, and I said that because of what you said. It set the bar for what came after. I'm not saying this record, but records like this, because there were a lot of bands like this that was like really strong, that came out really strong about the style, for this style.
Yeah.
And and it's good because this record is specifically, or this we'll probably go through their discography, but this record specifically has a lot of these introspective tracks, like I said here, heartfelt lyrics, catchy melodies. And it's nice because of I think what catches my attention is because of the catchy melodies. I think these are the gold of this record, because he mixes all the heaviness and powerful guitars, and his voice is, of course, it is compressed a little bit, like it's a bit produced in some tracks, but all the powerful hooks and the ballads and the melodies, they're catchy, and it holds you. At least I feel this back when I started listening to this band. It kind of like embraces you in this melody, in this ambiance of joy and sadness and heartbreak moments. It's in nostalgia. Listening to this shit again now, it doesn't bring me, it doesn't touch me like it used to before, of course. But the nostalgia is amazing.
It's definitely nostalgic.
Yeah.
And what you're saying about the ambience, I think it's the feeling of the beginning of that decade.
Sure.
I think there's a lot of bands on this style in the beginning of the decade. It transformed a little bit by the end of the 2000s. Like it transformed, I think, a bit of going through more emo bands like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, something like that. But in the beginning, this was the style, and I think the vibe, the feeling, or what people say, the zeitgeist. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The zeitgeist of
I like this one. Zeitgeist.
Of the decade.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, the first song I listened from Lifehouse, I guess it was Everything, because it plays in the pilot episode of Smallville.
Yeah.
I think it plays in the end, right towards the end.
Yeah, for sure. This was the first song I listened to as well because of Smallville, right? And then that Hanging by a Moment, is it on season 2? I think.
Well, I won't know the exact season,
but it became. I think this Hanging by a Moment became even bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, man, when everything comes on, it's just pure nostalgia from Smallville.
Yeah. So I can see Clark and Lana dancing.
Yeah, it's man, that scene. Look, it gives me the chills, man. God damn. I want to be a teenager again. Yeah, man, so many moments. It's so good.
Now talking about some bad stuff about the album, I agree with you. I think it's really long. I think it should be at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs less.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can pick the songs because I don't dislike any of the songs, but I think some songs are a little, not that good.
So this is what I was thinking, because I don't dislike the songs either, and I like them. I just named them here because it's the songs I like the least. It's not that I dislike it. It's like them. So I mentioned track 5, track 13, and track 14. I even wrote that. I was gonna remove one more, but I was like, nah, Felipe is gonna be mad at me.
No, come on, you can.
No, but
you're entitled to do your, removing style. But I completely disagree, and not with you, but with the band, because my memory betrayed me, because I really thought that Everything was the last song, because I felt it should be the last song, of the album. But it's like after Everything, there's 2 or 3 more.
That's 2 more. And I was like the longest song on the record.
Yeah, and I was listening to it, and then I was doing something on my computer, and when everything finished, I was taking out my headphones, and I was like, what's this? Really? Is this like a bonus track or something? And then I went and looked, I was like, man, something doesn't add up. I think that was the last song, but I don't know.
Yeah. So the following track is What's Wrong with That, and it's one of the songs that I would remove, and it's
when the song started playing, you were like, what's wrong with that?
Right? What kind of fool would put a song like that?
Yeah, it's not a great song.
No, it's a fool. It's fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course we're making a joke here. The track 14 is called Fool. I would remove that as well. But yeah, that's it, man. So I said it's a strong 4 because I really like it. I really like the album. Yeah. And it's not 5 because I would reduce the record. I would make it a little shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sometimes when we have long records like this, we kind of lose ourselves, right? Except for the instrumental. Like we recently listened, even though it's a compilation of 3 EPs, right? I'm talking about Bad Bad Not Good.
Yeah.
It's a compilation and it's like an hour long. It's fine because it's like instrumental and you have all certain different elements going through.
And I think that proves otherwise because I like the ending of the album better than the other parts from Bad Bad Not Good, from the last EP. Like my favorite song, it was the first song of the last EP.
Of the last EP,
so it's like it proves what you're saying.
True.
That
it's true. So
I agree with you. I agree with you now that we're talking and having in mind that Everything should be the last song. I think we should remove those last 2.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't.
It should end.
They don't add anything.
Yeah.
You know?
They should. Should end on that note. No. That's it.
Just like end of like they were playing the whole record, and then end of rehearsal, they were like, "Hey, let's fool around a little bit with two more songs." Just
Exactly.
And then they played that. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't want it. They were just having fun. You know.
Yeah. It seems that back then there was such a pressure from the record labels, all the producers and all that, and they. I have listened some artists talk about this many times when they started back then in the 90s, in the beginning of the 2000s, because it became such a huge music industry with all the technology and a lot of bands signing up. There was a like explosion of bands coming out, right? And they were forced to record and make music. I have listened some artists talk about this, like POD and bands that I follow closely, like POD and Chevelle, MXPX, Korn, Deftones, some of those bands, like even I think Switchfoot. There was a pressure from the record labels for them to make music, make more, let's sell.
Yeah, and it's different when you're gonna buy a record, right? Yeah. You see there is 20 songs, so you look at it as a product, as you're making your money is worth. I'm buying this physical thing, so the more songs there are, the more I'm making my money's worth.
Yeah, and throughout the years, it's nice because. In the beginning, throughout the years, a lot of these bands and a lot of the bands that I like and that we like, they started making shorter records, with less songs or And then at some point in the beginning, for me, I was like, man, I want more. I had that feeling, man. I would like this record to have 13, 15 songs. I want that, But after some time, I'm like. We talk about this every Friday. We like shorter, but concise. Great songs where they can spend more time in each song, but give me less, but with more quality, right?
Yeah, and I think because this album has 14 tracks, right?
Yeah,
I think 13 tracks is a good number. I don't like it. I don't think it's too long. I think it's the ideal. But the thing is here that the songs are long. Exactly. All the songs are long.
Exactly.
So it makes the album sounds longer because it's an hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So
true. Yeah. It's true. Good, man. Can't wait to go on.
So I said it's a 4.5 out of 5 because I just love Lifehouse, man. I think, and this is, it's not my favorite album, but it's one of them. It's one of my favorite albums from them.
Yeah, it's not my favorite either. It's one of them. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. And now, Mr.
Now let's
King.
go to him. The freaking king. Come on.
Wow. Look, I got excited talking about this record because I got to know this one. I got to know this guy through the Black Keys, through Dan's label, Easy Eye, when he produced his first record back in 2020. And then making research, I found out that this Marcus King had a band before, which he performed as, I think, Marcus King Band. I think it was. This is the name. We're gonna go there, of course. And then I fell in love with him, with his voice, with everything about him that we talked about, right? His voice, everything about him. So the first record, it had more, and we'll talk about it. And the first record sounds like a compilation of songs that he had on the shelf. And then he went on and produced the record and made it a record. And there is a beautiful flow, and I love that record. And then the second record, which is this one, Young Blood, released in 2022, he made it as like he was a thought out record. He said, look, let's make one record like this. And this is what he did. I said, this is a powerful record, and it shows what he's capable of: singing, playing the guitar, performing, right? And he's just stylish, right? When you see him live playing. Again, this record was produced by Dan Auerbach, by the Black Keys. And I said that the record is gritty, soulful rock, blues, southern rock, and it has all these 70s swag, like I said. And it reminds us, and it brings to us this bluesy rock, and with a soulful voice, which he has, which is his trademark. And it's really powerful, right? Because the whole record is like this, and I like it a lot. And again, he writes. We got some more emotional writing on the third record that we listened before, and here he goes on and talk about some like similar themes, right? But the record seems that it was like he made it for him to showcase all his abilities to play around.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
For sure.
Love this record.
Sure. I was not expecting that at all, because we listened to Mood Swings, and I remember listening to El Dorado, and it's different. I think El Dorado, it's more similar to Mood Swings in terms of instrumental and stuff like that. Then here is like pure blues.
Yeah.
Like, I used Greasy again because it is, man. It's like, it's dirty. It's that. I like what you said, because it sounds something from the 70s.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I felt that, and I had that feeling while listening to this guy, like listening to this amazing dude singing and sounding amazing, but something like a something coming from the past and really shaped and well produced. And come on, man, it's I think it's going to be hard to beat Mood Swings, because I really love that album, but it got close. You got close.
Yeah. I love how you said that you can listen to this album 3 times in a row and don't get tired. Man, I have the same feeling. I remember when the album came out, and now at this week it happened again. It's a record that, man, I played it on repeat. You don't get tired.
Yeah.
You just want to listen. You want to. And that vibe,
that kind of happened because, like, I didn't listen to it like 3 times in a row, but I was doing some focus, because I already told you that I work like with Pomodoro techniques to focus. Yeah. And then I put the record. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this job, so I'm going to use Marcus King album. It has perfect length for the time Beautiful. That I need to concentrate. But I was so concentrated, I was so focused that it ended, and I had to press play again. I just started
for 40 minutes. 50?
Yeah. No, I usually do like 20 minutes, 30 minutes Pomodoro techniques. But there are some times that I get into the zone.
Nice.
So if I'm in the zone, I just don't want to stop, So sometimes the zone goes over an hour, right. It depends. Cool. So it happened, it happened. And then I pressed play again, but then I finished, it was still half the record. And I had to do something else. I think I had to go into a meeting, so I had to stop. But I would go through the end of it, and I could just go and listen to it again
Yeah.
because it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. Easy listen.
Nice.
Like his voice is just, man, I think his voice and the guitar riffs, I think they're just born to be together, you know? It's just like in synchrony, and it's an organic mix that just
Well said, man. Well said. Agree.
it greases our soul.
We're gonna have to use that word more. I agree. It fits very, very well. Yeah, man. It's amazing. They complete each other. Yeah, the guitar.
I think it's hard to choose songs here, like to choose favorites, because they all sound amazing. I think
for me,
it starts like really well. Like the first song is amazing, but then the second is amazing as well. Like I don't know, it's hard. There are no bad songs. No bad songs. Not even like not and it's different when we say like it's a bad song or it's just like a song that is not as good. I think the level of the album is the same, is high.
It keeps up,
throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
You know, I don't lose interest. You know,
sure.
like we said about Lifehouse.
They all stand out for me, and like I said, there is not a bad track here. Have you seen him play live some of these songs on YouTube?
Not the songs
out.
from this album.
It's on YouTube. You should watch it.
Nice.
So yeah, I said it's a hot 5 out of 5. Yeah, because it is hot. It is hot.
Yeah, I said it's a greasy 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah,
beautiful, man. I'm happy that you like the record and that you're enjoying.
I did. Like, there is no going wrong with Marcus King, man.
Yeah,
there is just no way.
And just so you know, like, of course, this record I bought it back then.
Of course, you did.
The Black Keys, no, the Royal Blood. I got it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
5. Like when the record is 5 out of 5 with an adjective, I gotta buy it.
That's fair. That's fair.
That happened to Mr. Champagne. Mr. Champagne. Yeah.
Man, I can't stop listening to that guy.
Me neither.
Like this week, I listened to the album like 4 more times.
I mean, like I was listening to the record again this week when my wife was like, because I didn't listen a lot with her, and she was like, "Is this the record that you guys are listening to this week?" I said, "No, this is from last week." I'm revisiting already.
Yeah. Come on, it felt like it was still that week. Because I listened to it as much as I listened to the albums of this week. You know?
Okay. Should go on the list again. Man, amazing. I had so much fun, and I was able to explore a lot.
For sure.
It's done. It's out of the way. All right. Now. Shit.
That time.
Go.
Okay,
you start.
I'm just gonna start, you know, with something.
Yeah. Is it something new?
There is something new, but it's the second. I like to save the best for last, you know.
For last, all right.
I feel like we owe a chance to our friend to redeem himself. So we're going to Josh Kelly. 2020 album called My Baby and the Band. Baby and the Band.
Hold on. So
it's because we started going backwards on his discography, so we listened to a cover album from him.
Yeah.
The volume 2. But this is an original. And I understand that this is a very personal album from him. It's called My Baby and the Band, and in the cover he is with his wife. And I think he wrote this entire album with his wife and daughter in mind. So I think it has a lot of...
What? It's weird because here on my, I use Apple Music. It's not on like albums list. It's on a compilation list.
Yeah, I think
What's
he
up?
wrote like a bunch of songs that were kind of about. I think there are songs that he wrote to his daughters, some songs that he wrote to his wife, and then he wouldn't put that in his regular albums. So I think throughout the years he just compilated all of them and put into this, and he called My Baby and the Band.
It's a nice cover art.
It is. It is.
All right. Okay. So we're giving it a chance.
Yeah. And
All right.
and I've listened to some songs already, and they are good. Like they're good. I have hope for this.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm excited.
All right, now you go.
Look, I was gonna choose something else. I wanted to go back to another record from a band that we have been listening to already. But what happened this week, it's something that I would never imagine that would happen. Never in my life. Never. It was impossible. Impossible. Considering all the shit that these people did and they have been done. Shit, when I say shit, it's about not music, but it's about like pissing each other. Of course I'm talking about them.
Of course you're talking about them.
Of course I'm talking about the Gallaghers, right? Those fucking bastards. Oh my God. What a losers. And it's all there's a man, you can't like, I can't get out of the hype because they this week, of course, they have announced that they're gonna be back next year, back together. They're gonna put the band back together, and of course, it's there's a lot of money involved
For sure.
you know, and also they are celebrating 30 years. Yesterday was the exact day, 30 years of their first record. So they have been celebrating it, and they have just released an album, like the first record. They remastered it with some, of course, some extra songs and all that. We can listen to the regular record, right? But I'm gonna listen to the 30th anniversary version because there are some other songs there, outtakes and demos. I want to listen to that. Right? There is even a song. It's called "Sad Song," that originally it was sung by Noah, but I saw an interview that the song was supposed to be sung by Liam, and I think on this record they put it Liam singing it as well, like a demo, as a demo. You know, so I'm gonna have to choose it, man. I can't. I need to. We gotta go with the hype, and I was just excited to see what these guys are gonna do. And there's even people betting when they're gonna break up. And
I saw that. I was gonna mention that.
or if the tour is gonna happen, right? They announced this week they're gonna start touring next year. I think in July or June. I don't know. And they're gonna do some shows. And wow. And that's it, man. Of course, they have been. The Oasis broke up in 2009, and they haven't spoken with each other since, right? Just like cussing each other and saying bad things about each other. And then of course they have made their solo careers in a good way. I think I love their records. Like I told you many times, I prefer Noah's, but you know, I like them, man. And they like with Oasis, they created something huge back in 1994. I mean, 30 years. I can't believe this record is 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm saying all that because I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an Oasis boy. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not crazy about them, but you can't deny
Yeah,
that
you gotta respect the.
gotta respect. I
what they
like
did. Yeah,
the
for sure.
songs, of course. I don't love like we love so many bands, but I like them, man. It's nice. It's rock.
Yeah.
It's rock. It's an alternative rock. It's rock. It's well made. It's very well written. I like it, man. So we're gonna go with if you wanna listen just to the regular record, but
Yeah,
I would recommend you to listen to the 30th anniversary edition. The album is called Definitely Make Me.
Just so we are in the same page, it's got 27 songs.
Yes, 27 songs.
Okay.
So the regular record goes from track 1 to 11.
Yep.
Track 11. And then after that is just like versions and stuff like that. I want to listen to these versions because, I know the songs, right? The songs are, man, it's been 30 years. I know the songs, right? And yeah, let's go that. I'm going to focus, of course, let's focus for our talk on these 11 songs. I will probably just go once to this extra songs.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just going to go once there just to see
what it is.
As a curiosity,
Yeah.
But that's it.
All right.
There we go.
You ready?
Let me know.
So, I don't know if you know this band.
Oh.
Because I don't remember how I discovered them. They only have one album. And I discovered them a few years ago. And that was one song that I was addicted to it. It was on one of my playlists because I listened to an EP from them. And then I remember them this week. And then I thought, hey, I love that band, like that EP. And I have never listened to the whole record from them. I don't know why. And they released a new song today. That's why I remember them, because they were going to release something new. And they released a new song. And I was like, man, come on. I got to show this to Thiago. I don't know if he knows them. But these guys are called The New Respects. Have you ever heard about them?
No, man. The New Respects.
The New Respects. They have an album from 2018. And like from the cover, you're going to get them. Like from the cover of the album, you're going to get what style they play. And I think we are in need of that.
All right, let's go. Let's go, brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
Soul, like, imagine that Soul Train or something like that came to our time with, a remodeling.
Wow,
a nice remodeling, And I think these people they're kids, like they're really young,
Yeah.
I think that's part of the name of the band, because they are called The New Respects.
Yeah.
So they're joking around with them being young and doing this level of music. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
So cool.
And
man.
the song that I told you that I was addicted to it is the track 11 called "Come As You Are." That was the first song from them that I listened to it. So I want you to play.
Wait,
close
hold
attention.
on. 11 or 8?
I said 11?
Yeah.
It's 8.
Okay.
Why did I
was
say 11?
on the wrong album. Okay.
"Come As You Are" is the song.
Okay.
It's nice.
That's amazing, man.
I want to hear first impressions after you listen to that.
All right. I'm going to play it first now because it's something that I really do not know, and it's fresh. Let me see. Okay. The record that I got to know yesterday. Well, I'll probably choose next week. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's something cool.
I have a lot of stuff to choose here, man.
There's a lot of shit, man. Man, there's a new Foster the People that I have been listening to it. And on this record, they had a lot of influences of, Michael Jackson. It's all like dancey 70s, Bee Gees, and it's dancey, right? It's
nice,
like full on. It's nice. I like.
So don't listen to it alone, man. Just bring it to us.
Okay.
Don't do it alone.
Bring it to the table, man. Together is better.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm holding on to some other records here, man, but I'm not gonna propose to you for us to choose like each one, 2 or 3. I'm not gonna do that, and don't accept that because we don't have time to listen to more shit during the week.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
when
see.
we're on vacation.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, man. That's it. The end.
Nice.
It's over.